President Ramnath Kovind visited the Central European countries, Cyprus, Bulgaria and Czech Republic to further strengthen the bilateral relations and economic ties with them. On the first leg of his three-nation tour, the President visited Cyprus and addressed the extraordinary session of the House of Representatives. Recalling the age-old relations with Cyprus, the President said, "It is old and deep-rooted." He said, "The strong connection between the citizens of Cyprus and India is the most important source of our bilateral energy."
Relations between Cyprus and India are old, deep, and have multiple facets. As ancient civilizations, our first priority is our people. The strong connection between the citizens of Cyprus and India is the most important source of our bilateral energy. From people-to-people contacts, we build economic and trade links, educational and intellectual connections, and a fruitful bilateral partnership. Then, of course, are issues of common concern and our mutual commitment to peace, security, and sovereignty. This takes us to the multilateral sphere and the global matters where inevitably we find ourselves on the same side.
President Ramnath Kovind held delegation-level talks with the President of Cyprus, Nikos Anastasiades, followed by the signing of important agreements in the fields of financial intelligence to combat money laundering as well as environment. He also thanked the Cyprus President for supporting India in its bid for permanent membership of the UN Security Council and the NSG.
We welcomed the signing of the MOU between Financial Intelligence Unit, India and Unit for Combating Money Laundering of Cyprus. This agreement would further strengthen the institutional framework to facilitate investment cross flows. We also emphasized that the revision in the double taxation avoidance agreement made in 2016 provided greater opportunities for our investment partnership to grow. President Anastasiades and I also called for enhancing business collaboration in the field of IT and IT-enabled services, tourism, film industry, shipping and renewable energy. We deeply appreciated and welcomed the signing of MOU on cooperation in the areas of environment between the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change of India and the Ministry of Agriculture, Rural Development and Empowerment of Cyprus as a timely step towards joint collaboration to promote sustainable development and help tackle climate change.
Earlier on his arrival, President Ramnath Kovind was accorded ceremonial welcome at the Presidential Palace in Nicosia. President Kovind also paid tributes to the founding father of Cyprus, Archbishop Makarios, at the Presidential Palace. President Kovind also interacted with the students at University of Cyprus. Addressing on the topic Youth, Technology and Ideas Shaping the Contours of the 21st Century, the President said, "Digital classrooms have made learning more inclusive and interactive."
As we talk of digital progress, we must dwell on what the fourth industrial revolution promises for us. To me, it would be a force multiplier for development and growth. Yes, it would disrupt conventional jobs, but with advances in artificial intelligence, life sciences, and energy management, many and more employment opportunities would be created. Digital platforms, robotics, and data analytics are going to impact not just business processes, human health, public mobility, but also dairy production, agricultural productivity, and forest conservation.
Later, he unveiled bust of Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore in the university campus. He also addressed Indian Business Forum at Nicosia and invited the companies from Cyprus to invest in India.
पिछले क्वार्टर में हमने 8.2 की ग्रोथ रेट प्राप्त की। 4 वर्षों की अवधि में ही हमने 18,000 से अधिक गांवों में बिजली पहुंचाकर देश के हर गांव का विद्युतीकरण किया है। मेक इन इंडिया, स्टार्टअप इंडिया और डिजिटल इंडिया सहित सरकार के प्रमुख कार्यक्रम तेजी से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। अपने उज्ज्वला कार्यक्रम के जरिए हमने 5 करोड़ परिवारों को खाना बनाने के लिए स्वच्छ गैस उपलब्ध करवा दी है। आज भारत में एक नई ऊर्जा दिखाई दे रही है। मैं आप सबसे आग्रह करता हूं कि आप भारत में अवसरों की तलाश करें और अपने अपने तरीके से राष्ट्र निर्माण में योगदान दें।
Indian community at Cyprus hosted a reception to the visiting president with colorful cultural programs. On the second leg of the tour, President Ramnath Kovind visited Bulgaria. The relations between India and Bulgaria are long-standing, warm and friendly. President Kovind was accorded a ceremonial reception at the famous Alexander Nevsky Square in Sofia in Bulgaria. President laid wreath at the Unknown Soldiers Monument. President Kovind had detailed talks with Bulgarian President Rumen Radev, and after the delegation-level talks, MOUs were signed on investment, tourism, civil nuclear cooperation and establishment of Hindi chair at Sofia University. President Ramnath Kovind invited Bulgaria to become a key partner in defence sector under the Make in India program. Prime Minister of Bulgaria, Boyko Borisov, also met President Kovind and had discussions on a range of bilateral issues between India and Bulgaria. Addressing Indian diaspora in Bulgaria, President Kovind said India is the fastest growing major economy in the world.
We are making steady progress towards becoming a 5 trillion economy and the third largest consumer market in the world by 2025. The world's engagement with India is at a new high. According to the latest World Bank and IMF estimates, Indian economy will continue on its high trajectory, recording 7.8% growth in 2019. India ranked third in the World Economic Forum's list of most trusted governments in 2017. And we climbed 42 places in the World Bank Ease of Doing Business Index in the last few years. This is India on the march, a nation on the move.
On Teachers' Day, President addressed students at Sofia University on the theme Education as an Instrument of Change and Shared Prosperity. President Kovind expressed happiness over the flourishing Indology department in Sofia University, offering courses and conducting research on India.
भारत गणतंत्र के माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदय, हम भारत विद्या विभाग के विद्यार्थी बल्गारियाई विद्वजनों एवं बुद्धिजीवियों सहित बल्गारिया के प्राचीनतम विश्वविद्यालय स्वेती क्लीमेंट ओहरिड्स्की में आपका हार्दिक स्वागत करते हैं।
Like India, Bulgaria understands such intellectual legacies. We are both representatives of ancient civilizations that find mention in antiquity. There is evidence of interaction way back in the 4th century BC, during the age of Maurya dynasty in my country. Similarities have been detected between the Indian Brahmi script and the ancient Bulgarian script of Glagolitsa. It does not stop there. The mutual fascination still persists. Sofia University has a flourishing Indology department since 1983. It offers courses and conducts researches on India. It also has a Hindi chair supported by the Indian Council for Cultural Relations. In turn, Delhi University has a chair of Bulgarian language studies.
At the South Park in Sofia, President, along with his counterpart Ruman Radev, unveiled Mahatma Gandhi's statue erected by the eminent Bulgarian sculptor Ivan Rusev. In the reception hosted by Indian community at Sofia, the Bulgarian artists presented Indian classical dance Kathak. In the last leg of the tour, President Ramnath Kovind visited Czech Republic. It was a significant visit of the Indian president to Czech Republic after 2 decades. President Kovind was given ceremonial welcome at Prague Castle. President Kovind met his counterpart Milos Zeman and held discussions with him on bilateral issues. Many important pacts, including visa exemption for diplomatic passport holders and cooperation in the field of science and technology, were signed between the countries. Addressing the media along with his counterpart, President Kovind called upon Czech companies to set up joint ventures in India in the defense manufacturing sector.
President Zeman and I took stock of our ongoing defense cooperation. There is immense potential for India-Czech defense collaboration to meet the growing requirements of the Indian defense industry. I invite Czech defense company to take advantage of the opening of defense manufacturing sector in India and set up joint ventures in India both to produce for the domestic market and for rest of the world. President Zeman and I shared our concerns on global and regional challenges. We emphasized the importance of cooperation on defense and security. We committed to fight terrorism in all the forms and manifestations. I thank President Zeman for his express support for an early adoption of Comprehensive Convention on International Terrorism at the United Nations. We also agreed to further deepen our multilateral partnership. I thank the Czech side for supporting India's claim for a permanent seat in the UN Security Council and its membership of the Nuclear Suppliers Group.
Czech Republic Prime Minister Andrej Babiš called on President Kovind. Addressing the Indian-Czech Republic business event at Prague, President Ramnath Kovind said India's business-friendly policy has led to enhanced foreign direct investment significantly.
We consider the Czech Republic as a leading economic partner. India's growth story and Czech technological expertise and manufacturing prowess make the two natural partners. India is the fastest growing major economy in the world, with a growth rate of 8.2% last quarter. We have undertaken an ambitious plan to build next generation infrastructure, including smart cities, airports, high-speed trains, highways, and cyber connectivity. Our economies have significant complementaries, which can be leveraged for mutually beneficial cooperation. Indian companies have achieved expertise in the fields of IT, infrastructure, pharmaceuticals, automobiles, and services. India offers market for scaling up strength of Czech companies in heavy engineering, defense, advanced manufacturing, automotive, and energy fields. I also see a lot of scope for Indian and Czech companies to engage in new age technologies and join hands to reap the benefits of the fourth industrial revolution.
President also addressed Indian business delegation and said that the dynamism of our country and economic growth were recognized by the international arena. During his visit to the University of Charles, President Kovind said Indology has a very old tradition in Prague, starting with the establishment of a chair in Sanskrit in the year 1850. He added that Indology has not just brought our two countries together, it has had an enormous impact in the making of modern India.
Charles University is known to be one of the oldest institutions in Europe with a long tradition of scholarship. As I speak here, I feel proud to be at such a great seat of knowledge. It delights me that Rabindranath Tagore, our national poet and one of the greatest sons of India, once came to this very campus and delivered a thought-provoking speech, captivating many. Indology has not just brought our two countries together, it has had an enormous impact in the making of modern India. It rediscovered India's rich past and triggered a cultural awakening. It enabled India to imbibe and assimilate modernity without letting go of its cultural roots. From Vidyasagar to Vivekananda and from Tagore to Mahatma Gandhi, one finds that the socio-cultural modernization of India was built upon a foundation that emphasized an organic synthesis of the Eastern and Western thought. Indological studies continue to bind the world into that universal family where there are no barriers and no walls.
President Ramnath Kovind visited the International Laser Research Center, LE Beamlines. President paid floral tributes to Rabindranath Tagore at the Thakurova Park in Prague. In Prague, Indian diaspora organized a cultural event in honor of the president. Union Minister of State for Agriculture, Farmers' Welfare and Panchayati Raj, Parshottam Rupala, and members of Parliament Sunil Kumar Singh and Ram Shakal also accompanied the president in the three-nation tour. President's visit to these European nations further strengthened the age-old economic and cultural ties among the countries.